What's going on, everyone? In this video, I want to highlight a beautiful setup based on the 20 play pivot. Now, in my entire system, in my entire trading kind of, box of tricks, I have multiple different entry models for taking trades, both long or short. One of the most popular that a lot of you guys already know, have already seen, is the 20 play pivot. So in this video, I want to highlight a beautiful 20 play pivot to the long side. Today was January the 3rd. This trade happened. I was actually on call with a lot of the members from Evolution Traders. That's one of the benefits of being in the community, being a gold member, is that you can listen live, because there was actually two 20 play pivots back to back. One was completely ignored, the other one was taken. The one that was ignored was the short play pivot. This pivot here that set up and confirmed was ignored. There's a reason why, a very critical reason why this was ignored, where we actually went in depth and we started talking about it for about 30 minutes. Let me just give you guys a quick little tidbit so I could spare you guys the whole 30 to 45 minute conversation as to why it was going against the trend. That's why. Okay, so if you want to get more detailed as to the other probably half dozen reasons why we didn't want to take that potential trade, that's where joining into the live calls, where you guys can talk with me live each and every single day. We can screen share and trade and go over trades and do this, that, and the other. It comes into play. But this trade setup, this 20 play pivot that I'm talking about here, happened at 11:15. That was the pivot. 11:15. That's our reason why candle. Our reason why candle is going to set the pivot. Now, when you start looking at these potential 20 plays and you start asking yourself, what is the reason why? Well, the reason why is setting the pivot. What is a pivot, guys? Let's just, tone things down. Let's be a little bit basic. A pivot is just a supporting point. It's just it's an area of interest where something can swing, balance, or turn. Okay, that's a specific point that we're looking at. We are looking at the reason why candle, which is a candle that closes above or below the 20 SMA when previously trading on the opposite side of that 20 SMA. That becomes our pivot to take a trade. So once this candle closed here at 11:15, we can do one of two things. We can take profits based on a scalp, or on a little bit of a longer one-to-one kind of risk to reward ratio, where we're going to catch a little bit more of that trend. Again, to each his own. I'm a little bit more of a scalper. I want to take 5 points, I want to take 10 points, and I want to move along with my day. But there is people that want to trade maybe a little bit smaller and you want to catch a little bit more of the move. So this reason why candle was 28 points. So what you're going to do is mark out that entirety of the reason why candle, okay? And that whole 28 points is going to be your stop loss if you're going to catch a one-to-one or something close to a one-to-one, or even a 2R trade off this thing. So what you're doing is entering into the next candle that confirms the pivot high point. What's the pivot high point? The pivot high point is either going to be the previous candle high in terms of body or wick. In this particular case, there's no real wick here, so it's just the body of the reason why candle. That's when we're going to enter on the following candle. Your stop loss is going to be below your reason why candle low. Very simple. 28 points of risk, but you're looking for close to 25 to 30 points worth of take profit. So that's that one. Now, the way I do it is I take it as a scalp. I'll look for 5 to 10 points. I'll trade a little bit more aggressive. I'll trade a little bit more bigger size, maybe 1 or 2 mini contracts where I'm looking for a quick $100 trade, a quick $200 trade. I can find multiple $100 trades, $200 trades based off of my pivot break system. Again, there's about 3 or 4, I'm going to say closer to 4 absolute concrete pivot breaks that happen each and every single day. Again, we go over them each and every single day inside of Evolution Traders. But with that being said, if you look at this potential play, the entry was over 21,381. The next candle, which is your entry, goes all the way up to 21,406 from a price of 21,381. In this one 5-minute candle, you grab close to 20 points. On the next 5-minute candle, it shoots up to 427. I mean, this is almost a 40-point move in a matter of 10 minutes. So if you were looking for a one-to-one, 25, 30 points, you got it, you cashed out, you're happy, you moved along with your day. And if you traded aggressive size, 1, 2, 3 mini contracts, you took your $100, $200, $300 very, very quickly. and then you moved along with your day and looked for the next pivot point, looked for the next, potential entry to take a trade. This is the 20 play pivot. Okay, that's the official name. We're going into 2025. We need to get very clear. We need to get very defined on what we're looking for in terms of setups, in terms of take profits, in terms of stop losses, in terms of risk management tools and things that we can use, and in terms of entry models to take these potential setups. So this is one key component in the pivot break system. Okay, there's multiple components, or I know you guys have heard entry models or concepts. There's multiple different pivot breaks setups that go into the entire system the way that I trade. This is the one that you guys almost know from YouTube. It's the 20 play. So this is the 20 play pivot. What is the pivot? The pivot is the high or low, depending on if it's over or under the 20 SMA. The pivot is the reason why high, the reason why low, if it's a short. So in this particular example, this 20 play pivot is the high price. That pivot is the high price of 21,381 and a half. Your entry is here on the following candle. So if you want to back test this, go ahead and look at January the 3rd. Look at 11:20 in the morning Eastern. That is your entry candle. Your reason why candle, your pivot is 11:15. Look at that setup, study that setup. This setup can make you guys a lot of money each and every single day. It can make you very quick money. It can help you pass evaluations. You can slow poke this into your funded accounts and take, a few setups a day just on this specific model in the pivot break system, and you guys can get paid out. Again, if you're just trading one model where you're using just one setup, one strategy, of course things are going to take a little bit longer, but I'm not in a rush. I'm a type of guy where if per every one funded account that you have, if you can just take one $1,500, $2,000 payout every 30 to 45 days, you're golden. Do that once, do that twice, and then scale your business. Meaning go out there and scale it times 2 funded accounts, 3 funded accounts, 4 funded accounts, and just gradually, slowly, okay, work your way up into scaling those accounts. Don't go out there and try to pass 20 accounts all today and try to trade 20 funded accounts all today. Do it in baby steps. Get a payout from one, reinvest some money, go get a second account. Get a payout from 2 accounts, get a payout from 3 accounts. You're going to look back 6 months later and be like, wow, I remember when I started trading and I only had one account where I was able to take out $1,200 in a month. And now I'm trading 4 accounts and I'm taking out $5,000, $6,000 a month from these prop firms. Do it in increments, do it in steps, do it setup by setup. Okay, there's multiple setups that are happening each and every single day on multiple different time frames. I trade multiple different time frames, anything from the 1 minute all the way up to the 60-minute time frame. I kind of live in this 5-minute realm, but it doesn't mean that I'm not taking other pivot break setups on other time frames. So that's something that we cover a lot more in depth in the Discord community, on the live calls, on the one-on-one coaching, on the course that I'm releasing for everyone inside of Gold members. Guess what? All of the lifetime Gold members get the course that's coming out this weekend for absolutely free because you guys are already members. So everyone else, I'm sorry, but you guys are going to just have to, grab the course on its own. And then if you decide if it's, the whole pivot break system is for you, then you guys can jump in the room, or vice versa. Jump in the room and then get the course. It doesn't really matter. With that being said, I'll see all of you guys on the next video, but I did want to highlight this 20 play pivot. This is a beautiful setup here. We only essentially got just a couple of setups during the market hours. So again, sometimes when the market's trading like this and you only get 1 setup, 2 setups, you kind of have to be forced to sit on your hands a lot unless you have other tools in your belt. And that's what we have at Evolution Traders. We got multiple tools in our belt, multiple different pivot break systems that we can trade, pivot break setups that we can trade. Again, there's a lot of setups going on each and every single day. I try to simplify it the best that I can for YouTube, but it's a lot more complex. Okay, if I was to try to sit here and explain in detail every single setup that I see and that I trade, and how I'm managing stop losses and take profits, and why am I changing stop losses and take profits based on ATR and range and all this stuff, I would be here for 20 gazillion hours each and every single video. So I'm trying to highlight the most important parts in the most simple setup that you can trade on a day in and day out basis. That is the 20 play pivot. This setup is absolutely gold if you just follow it, respect it, trust it, and execute on it when it sets up. Again, is it perfect? Absolutely not. Are you going to take losing trades? Absolutely. But we're going to manage our risk. We're not going to blow up accounts. We're not going to overtrade. Hell, this particular strategy only gives you like a handful of setups a day, 2, 3, 4 setups. It's not like you're going to be able to trade 20 million times. It's not even going to give you that many setups. Now, there's more setups to be traded, but if we're just talking about specifically the 20 play pivot, it's going to be almost next to impossible to blow up an account. So it's going to keep you safe. It's going to keep you protected. It's going to keep you on the up and up, trading and building that equity curve so you can pass more evaluations and you can take payouts. I'll see all of you guys on the inside. Have a blessed and happy weekend, safe weekend, relax, enjoy some time off, enjoy the family, enjoy the kids, enjoy the friends, enjoy the girlfriend, enjoy the other girlfriend or whoever, and I'll see you guys all next week.